All right. Today was the first rainy day we got out here. Here's my tent. You can kind of see that. Protective thermal heatings and things. Okay. Well, this is what we're actually doing. At this moment, we're picking up the tent, moving the tent to a cleaned off area. There's also a portion of the property here. If you can see back there, probably just woods now. Uh, just woke up here. The tent was rained in, wetted in. Well, this is what happened. Brace your chest. The people are part of the divinity cult or the cult of hand workers because it's functioning as a cult. The cult of people who work particularly with their hands, who have for a long time tried to say that the other people who've had education in the area are crazy people and that they're the sane people. You can check the record of anybody on the highway. Came up today while I was asleep and they sent an electronic surge that blew up the internet. So we won't be putting things on the internet until we can get to a high traffic internet location. So as of right now, we will not be putting things on the internet until we can get to an area where we can load up our videos. Today, Bracy Chess Jr., or the third, Ranvaris Shorter, his affiliates, drove up and down the highway at approximately between 1330 to 1440 during the rainstorm. An electronic surge was sent from some type of criminal organization. Once the surge was sent, it blew up the internet box, so that's why we're not on the internet. Then, at that point in time, I'm pretty sure at this point in time they're bragging about the events that took place. If they're conscious enough to describe these events, or maybe someone sent them the images back to themselves to their brain communication, or human to human communication. So between 1330 and 1440, or somewhere time when the rainstorm first started, these individuals have come around and started to make the sounds. We have found the route of the sound. The root of the sound is literally the cell phone. They're sending the sound directly from the cell phone to your ears and amplifying the sound with your own device or with someone standing next to you that you can identify with their device. All right. Upon last night and sleeping in this area, a few incidents have taken place. A few kickings, a few beatings by these people operating this cell phone. A few physical beatings have taken place. Um, Unfortunately, I would like to be able to fight them back. But if I'm not conscious enough because of human to human or brain to human or human to brain communication, someone could be just sitting in the chair making me sit down right there and I couldn't even fight them back because I'm not accessing my brain. And I hope you're very schooled on what human to human is and brain to brain communication is and how it can be used as a weapon and how it's being used as a weapon and how it's being used as a weapon to mobilize against black herdsmen and shepherds and people of this nature. We have one inside man when I got to fighting with a young gentleman named Ernest Wiggum in fourth grade. I hope I had put that online. I hope that it might have been on my YouTube. It might have been on my Facebook. But when I got to fighting with Ernest Wiggum, we had another Ernest O'Quinn in this area. We don't know what his exact role is in this. Can't try to put him in a role. I'm trying not to put him in a role because he could be suffering from the same thing to some degree. But we also want to be cognizant that these people participating in this particular role people participating in this particular role only participating in this particular role in this area. But we also must be cognizant that while these people are participating in this particular role, there are people around the United States with the same credentials, with the same mentalities, with the same form of brains, same type of brains that are allowed to participate in this role for other people. So we also must be aware that maybe in every city and every town, this could be a majority role, and this is how this works. So we found a route of death for the grandfather. The route of death started with a young African American male where he was seeking to help him with a herd. On seeking to help the man with the herd, the young man physically attacked him. The grandfather had been physically attacked through this particular type of weapon. Then the grandfather would have traveled home, coming from an unusual route and a new location where he has never had a herd at before or never even used a herd before. And the young man drove. I visually saw the young man one time. I was just arriving back from Afghanistan, and the young man came up to buy some hay for my grandfather. The young man was listening to hip-hop music very loud. He was not in his right state of mind. He was not capable of responding consciously except about those things in question. Then the young man, upon that point in time, the young man was driving a gray Dodge Phantom or a gray Dodge Charger. Here we have the next door, we have Renvaris Shorter driving a black Dodge Charger, which he had just purchased. I don't know how they purchase things. They say they have jobs. So I guess, I know how that works. I know how that social system works. So definitely I know how that social system works, which is a little bit different from the average American as far as what jobs are concerned. So possibly he's had a job and they let him purchase something. Okay. Typically, now what we're trying to get to before we end this video is that then the grandfather moved down the highway where he probably was then attacked by Bracy or Lee Craft or someone in that nature with this particular device. Then after he was then attacked the second time, he then moved to the home, sick, ailing, with a headache, unaware of where his headache came from, unaware where his injury was derived from, unaware that he had been in a physical altercation, unaware that he had actually had a physical fight with someone, unaware that they had fought him because the young gentleman was not necessarily going to own that herd for a while. The young gentleman was getting rid of that herd and he was only holding it for a particular time.